This video is a crossover video that is relevant to both the API and external application development, so it's being included in both of the series. The original release of FirstClass Web Services does not allow for the submission of API content creation or update requests that are commonly referred to as post requests. This will be resolved starting with build 12.0.113 of FirstClass Web Services, but you can fix it yourself with a single line of code. Stop FirstClass Web Services, and then in the fcws/js folder within your FirstClass Web Services installation folder, locate and open the firstclass.js file. Within that file, locate the function that is the external apps iframe has loaded function. With build 12.0.112, that starts at line 2857. Add this one line of code just before the last line of the function. a.data.vkey equals fc.vkeys.getNextVkey. Save and restart FirstClass Web Services. Once you've done that, when an external application launches, a vkey will be passed to the application, and this then can be stored in a global variable for use later in your code. If you've just downloaded the external app template set, the updates have been made. However, if you have an earlier version, you will have to make those changes as follows. Open the app.js file in your code editor and add this following line after var server address. Type var cur vkey to declare the global variable. Then jump down to the receive cross-post message function and add this one line after the cross-post data origin assignment. Cur vkey equals data.vkey. Save your file. Now you're ready to use all of the API calls in your external applications. We have already seen the use of the API GET call in the template set. This is how we retrieve the user session data. This is the getSessionInfo function, where you will see the request for this information is sent as an AJAX call to the server, and data is returned and assigned to the user object. GET requests have always been allowed. Now we can also update or create content on the server which requires the submission of a vkey. For those familiar with the API, you will know that when you log in with the API, a series of 10 vkeys are provided that we store and issue one for all of these update type requests. Since you are already logged in to the server when using an external application, you don't get these vkeys. Now with this change, you get one when the app is launched, and we store it in the global cur vkey variable. Here's an example. I'm logged into the server and I'm launching the external application called Pulse Update. I see my most recent Pulse entry and I can use this app to update it. Notice that it refreshes immediately. This submitted our vkey to the update and post request, and Pulse Post returned a replacement one that I stored in cur vkey. So if I enter a new status update, we see that it too is successful. The code for this application is now available along with this video series, but let's just take a minute to look at the code and how this was done. This external application uses no configuration key or storage fields, so I've removed all references to those items. This includes in the header section and also in the receive cross-post message function, and left only the assignment of the cur vkey. As soon as it has that, I can start the application. I also remove the getData and setData functions as they are not required. When the application starts, it gets the server address and then uses the API to get the session info. Finally, the app is ready and the current status is presented and waits for you to update it. When a user enters a new Pulse update and clicks on the Update button, the Update Pulse function is called, which is an API request to the server that submits the JSON request to the server and includes the current V key that it got when the application loaded. If the post was successful, the return data included a data.vkeys object that contained a replacement V key for the one that was submitted. This is then used to replace the cur V key so that we can use the new one in subsequent requests. Now there appears to be no limit to what you can do with external applications. Make sure you watch both the entire API and external application development series so you can build robust applications for FirstClass.